Hi, my name is Joshua. I'm with Blue Phoenix Creative. I was on Google and I saw your ad, and I was also opened that ad, and then I opened the other ones here, which are competitors for you in Norwood, except for this one really, but I opened that also. So when I clicked into your website, I noticed some things that I feel like would help your conversion rate. So I want to make this video to let you know, some things you can do to improve your conversion rate on your Google Ads and get more business. So just as a simple principle, right? If you're, if this converts at one percent and you can get it to convert at 2%, you've basically doubled the impact of your ads. So that's the importance of like this piece, and then the same is kind of true of your landing page. Um, if you can double the conversion rate of your landing page by making it more appealing and things like that, then you've also cut your ad spend in half and effectively doubled your your reach. So all right, so that's kind of the target is to try to do some of that. So one thing that I noticed was that, and again I'm comparing this to competitors on the other third website that I opened. But when I look at this website and then I look at these other websites, right? One thing I notice is that like this one is full, full screen up and down vertically. This is kind of narrowed out. Um, this provides a more immersive experience for the user. It's also very clean and well laid out. Um, and then there's also some communication things like on this one because I noticed they do kitchen, bathrooms, additions, interiors, and exteriors, and immediately, we kind of have that idea. Whereas with this, we have to kind of scroll down, and then even then, it may not be quite clear like everything, um, that you do. Which actually, this is pretty much yeah, no, that is there. Invasion string. Okay, but I'm also not sure if that's everything. But anyway, yeah. So another thing is that this background, right? This background focuses kind of mid-process, and I think when people actually click in, and they've clicked a website from Google, and they're looking for a contractor, they want to know what's it going to look like in the end, right? Or they want to have some sense of that. And so I think right off the bat, like a simple thing you could do is just switch this image over to this page. That way, or whatever your page, whatever pages it may be that you have ads running to multiple pages. So you want to have, apply these principles across those pages, obviously, any landing page. Um, but showing that completed process, or the completed shot rather than a process shot is going to, bring the user in, give them a sense of your capabilities, and for somebody in construction, my dad was a contractor; he built houses, but this is, you know, um, this might be more appealing because like this is the work we do, right? But in the user's mind, like they're like, what's the end product, And especially depending on, you have different buyers inside of companies, that are, let's say your B2B companies, you may have somebody who's, a secretary looking for something, and maybe the business owner might be a little bit more minded to this type of sense or this type of feeling, but other people in the company may not. And I think that the completed projects tends to work better overall. And again, I can't like know that without digging into your analytics, but and then you'd probably have to A/B test it to be sure that with it coming from an ad and everything. But just in general, I know that completed stuff tends to outperform stuff that's like mid-process like this. So okay, so another thing is that the text is really narrow, and I think in a sense it has to be because there's of the amount of room, right? And so that's another thing is I think like you know most business owners want to put all the information out there, right? Like okay, here's everything, like this is everything, they have everything they need to make a decision, right? But in reality it works a little bit different, right? The user comes onto the website and they're like, they see a bunch of different things, and a confused mind always says no, is like a general rule of marketing. So the more streamlined you can make that user experience, the higher your conversion rates are going to be. Um, so like licenses and certifications, that could be in a drop down under About Us. NAICS codes could be a part of the About Us page. I would just combine those. I'd move the NAICS codes content inside of the About Us page and just eliminate this altogether. You want to do a 301 redirect, which means point users to this page, going to this page in case if somebody ever link that, or you have it on your social media or something like that. Otherwise, they'll hit a 404, which is bad for your SEO. Okay, and then that would get rid of this space and that space, the core competencies. Um, that you could leave that there, or you could put that under the About Us, and then the completed projects. And then your homepage is really going to sell those core competencies anyways, or whatever landing page you're on. So if you're sending them to the core competencies page, that's it won't matter if it's into the About Us. You know what I mean? So yeah. So then another thing too is like when it comes to that user experience, right? Um, you want to really give them a reason to reach out. It might be like ideally now, if you just make the changes we've talked about, you should see an improvement on your conversion rate. If you want to take things a step further, giving people a reason to click, like something that you can give them. Maybe it's like a case study or something like that. Or like maybe it's a case study that has 3 different client types in it or something. Or you could even have it where you have a form and they select their type of business and from a drop down or something, and then you can have them you can have case studies for each one of those, depending on the work you've done, and do you have that a case study in that area. But these give people these continue the conversation, right? Like they just come on here and they may not be quite ready to contact you, but I would guess that there's people who click into your ad and they're like, yeah, I don't know if I want to contact them. And and again, fixing the visual stuff and making it more immersive, kind of like RWC has, that's going to help a lot. But then also, that'll help them to want to contact you. But giving them another option, because they can always call, but giving them another option might kind of help continue the process. Maybe they're not quite sure. Maybe they're just shopping, not ready to reach out. They want to get more information, and so providing like a case study and something where you actually get their email is helpful for follow up and outreach. And you can just put you can put them on your list. You can reach out to them again. So you have all these extra options from a marketing standpoint. And now instead of getting nothing from a click, if they download a case study and you get their email, you got something out of it, right? So it's not a complete loss, and it really bridges the gap for somebody who's not quite ready to contact, but is still interested, and they want more information. And so yeah, and I would also say, oh, one thing I forgot to mention up here is I would move this down to, well, you have it here in the footer. And the reason I would take it out of the header is that when somebody clicks here, or let's say they search for Norwood, Mass, like they're expecting a company in Norwood, ideally, especially if they put in Norwood, right? So as soon as they click in, you probably have a certain amount of your users, or the people that click in, they're clicking in and they're seeing that you're in Fall River, and immediately their mind might be like, oh, that's not what I was looking for, as opposed to giving yourself the chance to guide them through your process and to engage with them a little bit and see your work and all those things. And then that way, at least when they say no, they know what they're saying no to, right? And as opposed to just like, oh yeah, it's in Fall River, it's not near me, whereas, Fall River to Norwood isn't that far for you, and it's worth the business to drive up there, right? But that may not just be like what they're looking for. So anyway, so I kind of changed that too. Yeah. So that's kind of like the bulk of kind of what I wanted to kind of go over here. I would put more stuff in here, especially because it's a landing page. If they are interested and you only have a little bit of information, because this is kind of like we do this, right? It's not so much like why should you go with us, it's more promotional and not so much meeting their need, or explaining to them how you can meet their need, why they should choose you. So those differences there can massively impact your ad spend, and I would definitely take a look at doing some of those. So you may already have somebody who does this. It may have been a long time since you've had your site redesigned. But either way, if you want to hop on a call, my phone number is 857-209-4495, and you can text me or call me. You can also email me at sales@blue-phoenix.net, which is the site over here. And you can reach out. So cool. Yeah, let me know if you want to discuss things. All right, have a good one. Bye.